I never know what to do with old skateboards, and whenever I try to like Google something like can I recycle this skateboard or what to do with old skateboards, people always suggest like the most wild stuff like turn your skateboard into a shelf or a chair or a swing. Like, I'm just trying to figure out if I can save the environment instead of just throwing this in a dumpster. That's all I'm trying to do. No one ever wants to help me though. And like, I'm serious, I don't want to just like throw this away if it can be like recycled or reused. Like, I never know what to do with my old skateboards, and at this point I have like 3 or 4 of them in my closet just taking up space because I'm like, oh, well, I don't want to hurt the planet by just throwing these away. So today we're going to do a little repurposing of my own, and we're going to turn this skateboard into a upside down skateboard. I already messed up. So what is an upside down skateboard? Great question. It just means that I'm going to apply the trucks on the grip tape side. But here's the catch. Here's the catch, yo. As you can see, I found, it's a little, it got a little damage in the closet, but as you can see, I found some grip tape. I'm gonna apply it to the graphic side of this board, and then we're just gonna take it out and we're gonna see, you know, we're just gonna see what happens. I don't know what to tell you. Do you like my Twister mug? Got it at a thrift store. Who would give this away? Psychopaths, that's who. This video is going to be divided into 2 different segments. The first segment is what we are watching right now, and we're gonna put the grip tape on this board and set it all up. And then the second segment, because it's rainy and cold out today, I can't go out and skate, we'll film this part of me doing all the skate sport stuff, and then I'll talk about that in the second part. I should also go on record and say I don't recommend doing this. I've just seen a few other people on YouTube do something similar to this, and I was just like, I want to do that. But the thing that's going to be different between me and all the other skateboard videos, besides me and my Twister mug here, is that there will be grip tape on both sides of the skateboard here. That's pretty much it. There's, I don't have anything, I don't have any other redeeming factors about myself. Those are my 2 things. I have a Twister cup, and I can apply grip tape to 2 sides on a skateboard. That's my resume. Before we get started here though, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, if you're enjoying this type of content, it's a little bit more of an experimental video, if you will. What was the other thing I was gonna say? And also, if you wouldn't mind clicking that old subscribe button, and even ringing that bell if you wanna feel dangerous, so that you get updates the second I put up a new video. Okay, so like my favorite video game character Mario always says, let's get to gripping. A big question you may be asking yourself while you're watching this is, Zach, why are you doing this? Because quarantine's making me go a little buggy. I don't know what to tell you. I've been locked inside for forever. I don't know what the air feels like anymore. I don't know what the sun is. I just live here in my house. I'm going crazy. It's like 4 o'clock. I probably didn't need another cup of coffee. What do you know though? I'm a punk. So let's get this board all set up here. I got my trusty toolbox here with all my extra skateboard pieces. I found one truck in a different closet, but don't worry, I have the other one here. So we're all good. I don't know why that truck ran off and hid in the closet. Got my trusty knife here because we're gonna have to cut out the grip tape. I found a few wheels. I have a couple extra wheels here. Yeah, I have. Oh geez, I have some wheels. I have a few wheels. I got some wheels and a shoelace. Obviously, I don't need this many wheels. I was a goof. The real question is, I should have double checked to make sure I have enough extra bolts here to get the wheels. Oh, I literally have 1 extra. So first I'm gonna grip tape the graphic side of the board. I don't know how this is gonna work. I've obviously never grip taped a graphic side of a skateboard before, so I'm gonna do my best. I've also brought back everyone's least favorite tool, this tool, and of course Old Reliable will be helping us out. I just grabbed it because in the last video I didn't have it with me, and then it was a pain. All right, so I guess we're gonna grip this. Ugh, keep forgetting to grab things. Okay, so let's apply this bad boy. Again, I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't even know if this is gonna work. No. Okay, well, The tail's gonna be showing a little bit, but that's okay. I was not really paying attention. Wow, this is weird. I also don't know how tracing this is gonna go because, well, it kind of worked. It kind of didn't. Bet you didn't know this was an ASMR video with this great noise. This next time I go down the skateboard, I'm gonna put a sound effect in for you guys, just so it sounds a little bit nicer so you don't have to hear the sandpapery noise. Wasn't that nice? So I've outlined the deck. Again, I don't know how this is gonna really go, and I just realized I should probably put something on my table here so I don't accidentally scratch it up. Which means I gotta go get some, All right, now we got the anti-scratch protection here. We got the grip tape on here. There's a lot of bubbles because it's so uneven. I'm not going for perfection here. I'm just going for something. And I think I'm just gonna start here and work my way around. There we go. Oh no, oh jeez. Not going as easy as I thought it would be. All that work, I'm sweating, and I got this little piece off. We're not in a race, we just need to cut this off. There we go. That's the ticket. Son of a. Oh my dear Lord. I'm gonna be here for hours at this rate. Trying not to cut my high quality Target towel here. Here we go, now we're in a groove. For years, scientists have said, is it even possible to double grip a skateboard? Well, Bill Nye, if you're watching, apparently not, because I can't get this one piece. Okay, yeah, don't tell Bill Nye. Tell him to skip this part of the video. Bonk. Oh, none of that better have gone in my coffee. Don't look at me. It's embarrassing. Okay, that was the last piece, and it's not pretty, y'all. It's very poorly done, especially on the tail here, but that's because, I mean, it's so hard to get around the tail here because it's so razor-tailed. It's like so thin, right? So like it's really hard to grip and cut to that. Okay, so now I gotta poke holes through this. So now I gotta apply all the trucks and everything, which is gonna be confusing because I need to put the trucks on this side actually. Wait. Yeah, I need to put the trucks on this side. Let's just go for it, I guess. I don't know. I'm thinking too much about it. What's your guys' opinions on DCOMs? Disney Channel original movies, if you're not cultured. They made a DCOM about inline skating. They made like 6 DCOMs about basketball. They made a DCOM about surfing, but they never made any DCOM about skateboarding. I mean, even freaking bowling got its own Disney Channel original movie. And skateboarding didn't. I'm gonna make a second channel where I just talk about DCOMs because I could easily just talk about DCOMs for hours. It's truly the best cinema that's out there, folks. Do I worry that the tail is gonna be riding the ground? Sure. I might be worried about that if you ask me, but am I gonna worry about it right now? No. And last bolt here, and then we're ready to put wheels on it, and then we can go skate. Got the second truck on, just gotta slap these wheels on, and we're gonna be all ready to roll, literally, because of the wheels. Well, this is what it looks like. Let's go ride this bad boy, shall we? So I took the upside down skateboard out for a little spin, and I only took it to the tennis courts by my house because I'm not trying to go to a skate park right now for 2 reasons. 1, obviously because of that nasty little COVID, and 2, I would look like a complete bozo if I showed up with this upside down skateboard. Can you imagine? Like, I'm just thinking about it, and it just, nah, that ain't me. I'm not about to live that life. I'm not trying to look like King Bozo over here. Says the man who's literally wearing a catfish shirt right now. It's a different type of bozo-ness to wear this shirt. Anyway, what was I saying? So I took a bunch of video while I was out skating with the upside down skateboard, and I'm just gonna show you some clips and talk about my process and what I thought about the whole setup. So the first thing I want to talk about with the upside down skateboard was how it rode and like the weirdest things about it. Honestly, the big problem with the upside down skateboard, I mean, there's a plethora of problems, right? But I mean, the biggest problem though is that you only have like an inch of space between the tail of the board and the ground. So anything where you do where you have to pop up the tail a little bit, even if it's like a kick turn or even just turning, you will scrape against the cement, and that can either throw off your balance or make you completely stop and then fall off the board. I should have probably put like a couple risers under the trucks or something to give it more height, but I didn't want to spend the extra money / wait the extra days. I'm impatient, yo. It wasn't too difficult to actually get used to riding the skateboard. My other big issue with it was that the tail obviously is going down versus the traditional up that we're all used to, which I think that having grip tape on both sides of the board actually kind of helped, because with my foot on the tail, it wasn't actually like sliding off. I think if it was just the graphic, it would have slid off and hit the cement a lot more. So good job past Zach for thinking that putting grip tape on the board on both sides, that was a good idea. I was honestly doing it originally because I just thought it'd be funny, but I'm glad it worked out for a practical reason. So once I rode around and got used to how the board feels, it was time to do some ding-dang tricks. And the ding-dang tricks I can do are pretty limited with a board like that, because you, like, I can't stress enough how hard it is to like pop on that board, because the tail is obviously inverted. So you can't really do anything. The second your tail hits the ground, that's your pop, which is like an inch. And when I learned that after trying a few ollies, I realized that there was only a few tricks that I could probably do. The first was a manual. I just said Emmanuel, like, isn't that a Christmas song? Hold on, I gotta Google this. It appears in the book of Isaiah. Why am I doing, well, this is not, this is not important right now. I could Google this on my own term. Why am I even recording this? What was I saying though? Oh, manuals. When you do a regular manual on a regular skateboard, you have to put enough weight between your front and back legs so that you're just balancing on the back wheels. With a tail that's only an inch off the ground, that makes it really difficult, because you really only have a tiny little space to do a manual. And so I think my record was like a 1.5 seconds. So that's when I said, screw the manuals. I ain't about that life anymore. I'm about a new life, and that's called a shove-it life. And so I wanted to try to land a shove-it on the upside down skateboard. Landing a shove-it was not as difficult as I thought. My first attempt was actually pretty close to landing it. So it took me a little while to kind of figure out how much force to give the shove-it, so when it over-rotate, I don't know how. I didn't go to school for no science degree or anything, so I don't know if it's physics, aerodynamics, or biology. Probably not biology, but it took a little time to figure out how much force to give it without it over rotating. So I had to really dial it back. Again, I don't know how that works. Someone call Hank Green up and ask him, because I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm not no science boy. It surprisingly didn't take me too long to land a shove-it. I think maybe after like 5 or 6 tries, I landed one. It really wasn't that difficult. It was more of just like trying to figure out how much force to give it on that little spin. And I got it down pretty quick. Well, then I got cocky. Because then I was like, oh, I can do a shove-it. Another trick that I could probably do is a 360 flip. And so I tried to do a few 360 flips on it. I could not even get the board to spin in the correct way. I think I got it to flip over maybe once. I don't understand at the time why I was like, yeah, I landed a shove-it. I could easily do a 360 flip. And so I think I tried like 5 or 6 360 flips, and I was like, yeah, no, I can't. So I dialed it back a little bit, and I was like, okay, fine. I won't try 360 flips, but maybe a kickflip. You know, I definitely can't do a pop shove-it because I can't ollie. I can barely get off the ground, so it has to be something that's a quick trick. And I thought, you know, maybe I can give enough of a quick flick to get the board all the way around and do a kickflip. So after I tried it a few times, I realized that I was actually able to flick the board, but it wasn't going fast enough for me to be able to land back on it and cruise on out. So what I learned is that instead of flicking out like a regular kickflip, I could flick down, which is a terrible method, and I don't recommend doing that, but it does give it the kickflip motion. But if I flicked it down, I could actually get enough speed on it for it to do a complete rotation. So I was like, I guess I'm just gonna have to do this the bad boy way, the illegal kickflip way, if you will. Now I'll be honest, it didn't take me super long to land the kickflip once I figured out how I was gonna do it. So I landed one kickflip, and the camera I was using at the time was being kind of weird. And I was like, I guess I gotta film another one because I don't want to get back home and start recording what you're seeing right here, and then I'm like, oh, I landed a kickflip, and then there's no footage, and then you're like, where's the footage though? I had to go land another one and make sure that the camera was like recording properly. I did realize though, once I got back to my house, that I did get the first one on camera, which is the one you just saw, this one. But I wanted to get another one anyways, because I kind of felt like that first one was a fluke anyways. And boy, oh howdy, that second one took me 3 times as long to land. I was getting the flicking motion down, or most of the time actually I was just missing the board completely. But I learned that the farther I stand on the back of the board, the easier it was to flick the board faster. So I ended up, once I kind of figured that out, I just stood on the back of the tail with both my feet really close together, flicked it down, landed it. Again, it was terrible. It bounced off the ground, as you can see in the slow motion. It wasn't pretty. Okay, but like, give me a break. Look how much air I got off the ground. That's pretty impressive to do a kickflip that quick on a terrible board. So I landed the kickflip, and at this point, I didn't know what else I could really try. 360 flips, like I said, were completely out of the question unless I wanted to spend like 2 weeks practicing it, and I'll be honest, that seems like my own personal hell, is the practice with that skateboard for more than 1 day. So then I thought, I'll bring in my real skateboard and try to do like some double-decker tricks on it, you know, hop onto the board, do something cool and hop off. The first ollie I tried to do onto the board, I shredded the grip tape on the upside down skateboard. And I'm not even sure how that happened. I don't know if like the truck scraped it weird or something. But the problem with the upside down skateboard is, since the tail and nose are obviously going down, the second I landed on the board, I just rolled off it. So I tried like 2 double-decker attempts, and I realized that wasn't gonna work because of the law. So I didn't know really what else to do after that, so I just kind of rode around on it. And I actually just ended up using it as just kind of like a fun little obstacle. Honestly, that was probably like the best use of the upside down skateboard, was just using it as an obstacle to jump over. So my final thoughts on the upside down skateboard are, yep, it's a thing. Yeah, I wouldn't obviously recommend to do this. I don't know why. I don't think you're watching this to try to get a recommendation on whether or not you should do it. But I mean, it was fun. I think maybe if I was, you know, riding with some friends, maybe I would whip this bad boy out. But it's more of just like a goofy thing to do. And you do look like a King Bozo when you do it, which is cool if you're trying to go for that vibe. I don't know. It looks hideous, and it's just sitting in my apartment now, and probably will throw it in the dumpster or something. I don't know, which I know is like the whole point of that beginning part, was that I wasn't trying to ruin the earth. However, it was fun to do. And if you have an idea for like a stupid board I should build, go ahead and drop that in the comments, and I'll take it into consideration. And again, if you wouldn't mind clicking that like button, and maybe even consider subscribing if you want to see more skateboarding content like this. I think that's pretty much all I have to say. So as always, have fun, good luck, and keep shredding the gnar.